4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do 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 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Hello and welcome to another season of It's Time to Rewind. The season is 8 times 12, where I'm breaking down 8 different time loops across various mediums that have the number 12 in the title. In this section of the season, I am covering my first video game, 12 Minutes. And joining me in this video game venture is my co-host Jason Soto. How are you doing today?
Hey, I am fantastic.
Yeah, I am looking forward to this. And I guess before we get too much into the game, like what do you know or what did you know about 12 minutes? You know?
Um, so I knew it was a time loop game, which I was
Mhm.
curious that they evolved a whole game around time loops because I'm not super great at video games, so I'm constantly replaying levels over and over and over anyway. So for them to make a video game based on that is kind of curious. Um, I don't know the plot. Like, I don't know what happened. I know it's like a murder mystery thing, but that's kind of all I know. I didn't look too deep into it. And there's voice acting by like actual famous celebrities. Um, that's all that I know.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
I'm
That is it.
I'm like pretty close to right there with you. I just know like a few more details. I know that it is a top-down point-and-click adventure game. It was released on December 7th, 2021. And
Mm.
those real actors that you're talking about are James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And basically each loop roughly takes about 20 or 12 minutes to complete, hence the
Okay.
title.
Yes. Yeah. I was curious how they would do a time loop for like a video game. Like I haven't not played it yet. I'm a little curious how they do the loop, because like every movie, like every time loop movie that you've covered has some sort of like thing to it, right? It's like,
Mhm.
oh, he's just repeating the day, or she has amnesia, or whatever, or they die and they have to restart over, but like what's the thing for this? Like what's gonna trigger the loop? That's where my biggest curiosity is on this.
And also like just in general, like video games as a whole, especially if you consider like platformer games like Super Mario from the player's perspective is kind of a time loop because it's like
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah,
playing the
exactly.
exact same thing over and over again until you get it right and
Exactly,
getting
yeah.
through the level.
Yeah, exactly. All the times I played Sonic, I was doing a time loop game.
Yeah, and I know that there's a few other ones like I did I, there is a game called Deathloop which is
Mm,
like a first person shooter and I played a little bit of that whenever it was on Game Pass.
mm. Okay.
And that was interesting. And I know that there's a few others. I have some on my list, but I don't have them in my head. But this it this does play, or at least I get the impression because I purchased it like 6 months ago, give or take. Like you said that you'd purchased it already, right?
Yeah, I have it on my computer. It's downloaded. I haven't touched it though. I think I even downloaded it before you asked me to do this. It was just on my
Yeah.
computer, ready to go. I just never got to play it. And then you were looking for someone to do this with, and I'm like, hey, it gives me a perfect opportunity to finally play this.
Yeah, and at least the plan for this section is that it is a time loop. It is at 12 minutes. So the plan is each episode we are going to play one, 12-minute iteration of the game, and then we're going to record an episode about it.
Yes.
And we'll do that until one or both of us, it gets unending, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I guess once we get more into the game, we'll figure that out. So I
Mm.
have no idea how many episodes this is gonna be.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
that's gonna be cool. Yeah.
So I'm really curious about this, but let me ask, before we get too much into this, because this is kind of like a point and click adventure game. What's your history with the point and click adventure game? Like, are there some others that you know of that you've played in the past?
Yeah, not a lot actually. I think the closest I may have played back when I was like a teenager was it? There was for Sega CD. There was a Jurassic Park game that I was a point and click game, and I was not a fan only because I remember there was like a glitch, and I think it's like a world known glitch. Like I've seen people talk about it on YouTube, or like if you click on something, it doesn't do the right thing. I don't remember now, but I remember being really mad, and I only got like 5 minutes into the game, and I couldn't do whatever I was trying to do. And I'm like, okay, well that sucks. And that's kind of the only one I remember playing. Like I never really played a lot of those kind of games growing up. I always had like either Nintendo or Sega, and I just played like, Mario or Sonic or Tetris, stuff like that. I never really played a lot of point and click games. So this will be kind of new to me. Um, but I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Yeah, I've played quite a few. Like I know back in the NES days, I was like hit and miss on how good I was with them. And I know my friend, he was a big fan. Like he played a lot of them, and like the NES era, there's like Uninvited, Deja Vu, which was like a detective one,
Hmm.
Shadowgate.
Okay.
Discworld was one that I remember playing, and that was fantastic because it had Eric Idle did the voice of Rincewind.
Ooh, okay.
And that was
Okay.
like, that had a lot of voice work, and that was like, me not knowing anything about Discworld at all, and then finding this PC point and click adventure game. I know there was also like Broken Sword was another big one,
Okay.
that had a long series. um I mean, Mist was kind of kind of the big
That one I've heard of.
famous
I've
one.
never played it, but I have heard of it. So I never got to play it.
Yeah, I played. I think I remember playing a little bit of it. I did not get very far. Like I like puzzle
Hmm.
games, but that one was just a little too obtuse for me.
Ah.
Because I hit there was like I think the King's Quest games.
Okay.
So they're like Sierra. That was a publisher. They did a lot of these, and
Okay.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm really curious to see how this will go, and like how repetitive each of these episodes are going to be. And
Yeah.
with the two of us playing kind of on our own individually, to see
Yeah.
if we make to see how the different paths like diverge, like what different options we have, and how we each take each iteration of this game.
Yeah, I'm curious too, what choices are we gonna have to make, if any? What's the story? Like, what's happening? Like I said, I know it's a murder mystery, but that's all I know. Um, and just kind of how, like, if we're gonna have different endings, you know what I mean? Like, are we
Yeah.
gonna like go down different paths and we can compare and contrast? Yeah, I'm very curious about this.
Yeah, so join us. I'm This is the first episode that I'm recording this season of this podcast, so I actually don't even have a full schedule of the timeline of how I'm going to be releasing these episodes, if it's going to be weekly or if it's going to be, multiple episodes a week. So, and if I'm going to be mix and matching with maybe like I might be releasing, the video game, 12 minutes on Tuesday, and then 12 monkeys on Thursday. Well, once I get to the editing booth, maybe I'll, edit a future me in here and say what the
There
actual
you
schedule is going to be.
go.
But for right now, I'm just getting the episodes recorded, and then I will figure out the schedule once I have more episodes in the can. Um, but thank you for joining me on this, because this is also something new for this podcast, is having kind of a co-host with a segment, because usually I bring in, a different guest for each time loop or a section of time loops.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I
I
figured a
figured
video
with
game. Yeah, a video
yeah
game is probably gonna be a little bit different. Yeah.
yeah. So this will be interesting. I'm interested to see where this goes, and if I get a new audience, bring
Oh
in some
yeah.
video game time loop
Yeah, yeah.
listeners. But why don't you take a moment and let people know what else you're working on now, and in the near future? Because I
Yeah.
again, I don't know how, we're recording this in the past, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be sitting on this
Podcast
episode
editing is
before they
so
start.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a podcast network called Rabbit Hole Podcast. You can find it at rabbitholepodcast.com. It is a home of a lot of nostalgic podcasts where we look back at various things, whether it's TV shows of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Mystery Science Theater, or X-Files. I have a 90s movie podcast where I look back at 90s movies. Uh, there's an 80s version that I don't host, and there's a 2000s version that I don't host. Basically, we're all about nostalgia over at Rabbit Hole Podcasts, and you can go check out all those shows at rabbitholepodcasts.com.
All right. And I am Bubbawheat, and this is It's Time to Rewind. And again, this season is 8 times 12. So if you don't like, if you're not interested in video games, stick around, because I will be covering, other time loops in terms of movies and short films and TV series this season. So I've got a lot of ground to cover, and I think the biggest one is going to be 12 Monkeys, both the movie and the TV series I'm going to be covering in some fashion here this season. So look forward to that, and until next time.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.